So every year when the Hockey Hall of Fame adds distinguished players, coaches, builders to the list, it's either a big crowd or a small crowd, but this year it's a big crowd. The Hockey Hall of Fame, based in Toronto, announced Tuesday that Russian Alexander Mogilny, the superstar, longtime NHLer with Boston and San Jose, Joe Thornton, the great Chicago Blackhawk Duncan Keith, Zdeno Chara, that big drink of water, Canadian star Jennifer Botterill, and Brianna Decker in the player category, and Parker and Daniele Sauvageau as builders for their contributions on the national, international hockey level. Now, all of them will be inducted into its hallowed halls and ceremony in November. Now, according to a write-up for TSN, there were heavy praise for Mogilny. He was one of the premier goal scorers in the NHL during his 16-season NHL career, and enters the Hall of Fame after first being eligible in 2009. Can you believe 16 years he's been waiting? The Khabarovsk Russian native recorded 473 goals and 1,032 points in 990 career games, split between the Sabres, Canucks, Devils, and of course the Leafs. His 76-goal season during the 93 campaign ties him fifth all-time for goals in a single season, with Espo and Timo Solani. Only Wayne Gretzky, Brett Hull, and Mario have scored more goals in a single campaign. Now, he was a afterthought draft pick. They thought you could get him. He was drafted 8 or 9 overall by the Sabres in '88. He didn't join the NHL in the following season after they paid the Russians off to let him defect when he came over. And, of course, that led to many Russians coming in. The 6-foot winger helped the Devils win the Stanley Cup in 2000 and won the Lady Byng Trophy as the league's best gentlemanly player in 2003 as a member of the Leafs. Now, he helped the USSR to a gold medal at the Olympics, World Championships, and World Juniors in 1989. Now, Chara, Thornton, and Keith are all entering the Hockey Hall of Fame in their first year of eligibility. Now, Thornton, who last played with the Panthers in 2022, finished his NHL career having skated in 1,714 games, 1,539 points, including 1,109 assists split between the Bruins, San Jose, Leafs, and Panthers. Drafted first overall by the Bruins in '97, he became a 16-time All-Star, winning the Hart Memorial Trophy and the Hart Ross Trophy. One key coach in the NHL said he'll end up to be one of the best players to ever win a Stanley Cup. Now, Thornton's name is all over the Sharks' all-time record book, leading the team with 804 assists, a plus-minus mark of plus 161, and points per game at .96. He's also second all-time in team history with 1,055 points, third all-time with 104 games played, and fourth all-time in goals with 251. Internationally, Thornton is well decorated with Team Canada, winning gold at the World Juniors in '97, the World Cup of Hockey in 2004 and 2016, and Olympic gold in 2010. Now, Duncan Keith, again, the defensive pillar of Chicago Blackhawks, what he called the grandson of Chelio's style of play, won 3 Stanley Cups during the dynasty in the early 2010s in 10, 13, and 15. He skated in 1,256 career NHL games, 646 points split between the Blackhawks and later the Oilers over his 17-year career. 2-time Norris winner as the NHL's best defenseman in 2010 and 14, and took home the Conn Smythe Trophy as playoff MVP in 2015. With Team Canada, he won 2 Olympic gold medals in 10 and 14. He was also named as one of the league's top 100 players as part of the NHL Centennial season in 2017. Not the Stanley Cup, but the NHL. Now, Chara, what can you not say about Chara? Was one of his physically dominant defensemen in the early 2000s and was a force with the Bruins. 6'9", Chara was the tallest player in NHL history and captained the Bruins to a Stanley Cup victory in 2011, ending a 39-year drought. 2 of the worst trades of all time when the Islanders and Senators got rid of him, of course. Drafted only 56 overall by the Islanders in '96, he played 24 campaigns in the NHL, recording 209 goals and 680 points, and 1,680 games split between the Islanders, Senators, Bruins, and Capitals. The three-time first-team All-Star won the Norris in 2009 with 19 goals and 50 points in 80 games, while averaging 26 minutes a game of ice time with the Bruins. He also won the Mark Messier Leadership Award in 2011. He was inducted in the IIHF Hall of Fame earlier this year. Now, the French and Slovakian native represented his country 3 times at the Olympic Games, finishing highest 4th in 2010. He also represented Slovakia 7 times at the Worlds. taking home silver in 2000 and 2012. He also took part in the 2016 World Cup as a member of Team Europe, winning silver. Now, Botterill, what an outstanding career. Decorated many times on an international level. She won 3 gold medals for Canada, 02, 6, and 10, and 5 World Championships, winning 2 tournament MVPs. Botterill won the Patty Kazmaier Award as a top female player in women's NCAA Division I hockey in 2 straight seasons with Harvard, and remains the only player to win the award twice. During his 4 campaigns with Harvard, 149 goals and 319 points. Now, when Botterill dominated the pro women's hockey college leagues after university, she had 67 goals and 150 points in 3 seasons in the NWHL, while winning the NWHL championship in 2005 with the Toronto Arrows. She then moved to the CWHL for the 2008 campaign and recorded 61 points and 61 goals and 155 points, 78 games split between the Mississauga Chiefs and Toronto CWHL. She was also the first winner of the Angela James Bowl, which was given to the league's leading scorer in 2008. Now, Decker, big on the Team USA, led the state's Olympic gold medal in 2018 and 6 Worlds. She's also a Patty Kazmaier Award winner after recording 37 goals and 82 points in 40 games during his junior campaign. Now, a native of Dozman, Wisconsin, she played pro in the CWHL, the NWHL, and the PWHPA between 14 and 21. She won a Clarkson Cup in 2015 with the Boston Blades of the CWHL and an Isabel Cup in 2016 with the Boston Pride of the NWHL. Now, Parker was, again, a longtime head coach of Boston University Terriers of NCAA, standing at the helm of the team for 40 years. The 80-year-old led Boston University to 3 key NCAA titles in 78, 95, and 2009. So his first title and his third title were 31 years apart. He has a career 897, 472, 115 record with the squad. Parker won 3 Spencer Penrose Awards as a top coach at NC Division I hockey in 75, 78, and 2009, and got the Hobie Baker Legends of College Hockey Award in 2014 as one of the all-time contributors to the college game. Now, Sauvageau enters the Hall as the first woman to be inducted in the Builders category, and what a career she had. A native of Montreal, she coached Canada to an impressive comeback Olympic gold medal in 2002 in Salt Lake City when they had our flag on the floor and the fucking referees were taken up for all the states, and we still won. That was the first Canadian team to win the Olympic gold in 50 years, because the men did it later. She also won silver at the 98 Winter Olympics in Nagano, Japan. Now, Sauvageau also became the first coach in Quebec Maritime Junior Hockey League history during the 2000 season, first female coach, when she became the AC for the Montreal Rocket. 62-year-old was made an officer of the Order of Canada in 2013, and she's now GM of the Montreal Victoire of their Professional Women's Hockey League. Thank you, Billie Jean King. So everybody's getting in, ladies and gentlemen, a tremendous class. To say that each one were Hall of Famers before they got in, it's not going to say it's a bad thing they waited. But I think Mogilny was all politics. He should have been in years ago. But to see Thornton is important, and Sauvageau and everybody else. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what we're doing with our Hockey History Podcast, our Sports File continuation, let us know and like, comment, subscribe, or share.